What is up, everybody? How you guys doing today? My name is David Franco, and happy Switch 2 Day. Today is a big day, June 5th, 2025, a day we will be looking back on years from now and saying, wow, what a great day. Seriously, I mean, that sounds like sarcasm. It's not, but I will say, I haven't even really played anything yet except for this Switch 2 Welcome Tour, because as a YouTuber, I try to prioritize content. So I've recorded my unboxing so far. I just did a quick it's more like a 20-something minute video about the Switch 2 Welcome Tour software, which is right here. And I'm not gonna lie, it's actually really cool. Is it worth $10? That's completely up to you. To me, it's worth 10 as a content creator. Who cares? And Mario Kart World is like the reason a lot of people bought the Switch 2, myself included. I am beyond excited to play this. I haven't even launched it yet. I've just been so busy, guys. So anyway, jumping into this video, this is going to be a somewhat brief overview / tour of the Switch 2 user interface. Now, it is strikingly similar to the Switch 1 UI. Kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. Good because it's consistent. I mean, it's kind of like going from Xbox One to Xbox Series S and X. Most of it looks the same. And it's easy to get around, well, because the Switch 1 has been out for over 8 years now, so going from Switch 1 to Switch 2, it just makes sense. But as a person who appreciates visual changes, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I would have definitely liked more, meaning themes. Like, themes would have been really nice. I mean, at least give us a choice to have a custom background using our screenshots gallery, which is right here in album. But that's beside the point. Guys, honestly, I would be shocked, absolutely shocked, if we did not get themes within the next year or so. So hopefully I'm right when I say that. Anyway, let's jump into the UI. So I've made it clear it's extremely identical to the previous UI, but we do have kind of like a spinning animation now. As you can see, that little gradient orb spinning. Shout out to Ninfreak. Enjoy Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I've actually never played, but I've heard it's great. Anyway, speaking in regards to the UI, everything is more rounded and refined and just overall more modern feeling. So there's the Switch 2 Welcome Tour. And just like last time, if you want to close the software, you just press X on your Joy-Con or Switch Pro Controller. So we're going to do just that to test it. And this is my first time closing software on here, so very nice. Now let's go into settings real quick, and I will show you everything that you can do. So there's support. You can turn on airplane mode, screen brightness. I'm not going to obviously change that right now because I'm connected to my monitor. Bluetooth audio. So much like the first Switch 1, you actually can connect, Bluetooth audio, headphones and whatever. Honestly, I don't really ever see myself doing that, but you never know. You never know. Bluetooth microphones cannot be used. Interesting. Internet. So internet settings, test connection, all that stuff. Parental controls. Watch a video. I think I've seen this video before. Oh yeah, I have.
To play games.
Baby
but
Bowser.
Parents sometimes wonder, is my child playing too much?
Never.
And what kind of games is my child playing? That's why Nintendo created an app to help monitor your child's gameplay. Nintendo Switch Parental Control.
All right. Well, yeah, you guys get the point. Accessibility, button mapping. This I've not messed with yet. So let's see what happens here. So if we go on the right Joy-Con and click Edit Controller Mapping, we can actually remap buttons, which is pretty cool. I don't see myself ever really needing to do this, at least on the Joy-Con. Maybe on this, no, definitely on the Switch 2 Pro Controller, which I don't have yet. I just ordered it today. It's gonna get here on Saturday, Target says. By the way, shout out to Walmart for getting my Switch 2 here today at 6:39 in the freaking morning. Yo, I have so much respect for you, Walmart. Thank you so much. Anyway, once I get my Switch 2 Pro Controller, then I'm going to customize, I think it's GL and GR on the back, and you can display the Joy-Con horizontally, which is pretty sweet. But again, I'm not going to do any of that today, but if you want to do it, it's there, guys. You can change the text size, bold, bunch of settings, text to speech, which is pretty cool, and bada bing, bada boom. Oh, and yes, you actually get speech to text with voice chat. Well, technically, game chat, which is pretty sweet. And I haven't really messed with game chat yet, but I'll do that in a minute. So system memory, stupid me didn't buy an express micro SD card. I thought I did. Like I literally searched, for an express card for Switch 2. Stupid me bought the wrong card. So I have to return that one to Amazon, but I do plan on getting one for between like 512 gigs and 1 terabyte. Guys, I'm going to go heavy. I'm going to go so hard on downloading and buying a bunch of software on the eShop, which should be pretty fun. Anyway, this is your typical data management screen. I have 208 gigabytes free, as you can see, and I can manage my software just like on the first Switch 1. So Mario Kart World takes up less than 22 gigabytes of space. That's not bad. Switch 2 Welcome Tour actually takes up a little more space than I thought it would. I mean, I thought it'd be closer to like 1 gig, but we have 1.5 gigs there. Save data cloud, blah, 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 transfer save data. This is stuff we all know. Users, by default, skip user selection is off. If you're the only user of your Switch, I recommend leaving this on. That way you don't have to say, hey, look, it's me every time I want to play a game or whatever. Change grip order of controllers, GL and GR. There you go. Maps the GL and GR buttons on your Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller. So I can change that. Actually, can I change that right now? No, I'm pretty sure I have to have it connected. Controller vibration, leave that on. Update controllers, I already did that downstairs. Joy-Con to mouse control. So check this out. Let me just go home, right? Guys, look, I'm using the Joy-Con as a controller. Actually, here, I'll do this one. Okay? Watch this. I'm not touching any buttons, I swear. I literally put the Joy-Con down on my desk, and look, it instantly turns into mouse mode. How awesome is that? It's seamless. You literally just put the Joy-Con down, and it turns into a mouse, pick it up, and it turns into a regular Joy-Con controller again. And mouse. How awesome is that? That is so sweet, guys. I love it. It's so seamless. They did a phenomenal job at just making it work. Anyway, where were we? Audio output. I don't have anything fancy up here because I'm currently on my PC setup just for the sake of creating content. But you can test output of the audio. Left channel. And right channel. Very nice. What a lovely sound. Microphone. The microphone, I gotta say, is actually kind of impressive considering how far it is. Check it out. This is a test. What's up, everybody? How you doing today? This is a test. What's up, everybody? How you doing today? All right, so I kind of take back what I said. The audio doesn't sound that great. But honestly, wait, hold on. Let me turn this off. Microsoft noise suppression. What's up, everybody? How you doing today? Happy Switch 2 Day. What's up, everybody? How you doing today? Happy Switch 2 Day. Yeah. Anyway, I don't recommend using that. This makes me think of people who use the Xbox Kinect for a microphone, or even the built-in microphone on the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be a good person. Don't be cheap. Spend like $20 on a cheap headset, guys. Come on. Come on. Anyway, display, HDR output. My monitor I'm using right now does not support HDR, but my TV downstairs does. So all of this does not apply to me right now. But you can turn on or off 120 Hz output, which is really nice. Auto low latency is on by default. HDR output for all software, compatible software only, or completely off. Obviously, I'm going to leave that on. And adjust HDR, which I did downstairs on my TV. I've not created a me yet. That I'm going to do, but as you can see, whoops, sorry, users, that's my main me, my ladies face that I made on my OG Switch back in 2017. Seriously, guys, like, I don't think I've edited this me since then. So that is the OG me, but I definitely plan on creating some new me on my Switch too, because why not? Amiibo, enter owner and nickname. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Oh, well, you got to use an amiibo. Actually, you know what? I have some over there. Hold on. 1 second, please. All right. The first amiibo to ever be scanned into my Switch 2 is KK Slider. Good old KK Slider. So let's just hold that over the right Joy-Con. Hold it amiibo. Oh, you'll need a me. Okay. Well, that was a buzzkill. I will do that off stream. Off camera, I promise. Anyway, themes by default. Yes, you have the blinding feature, but I like dark. By the way, Nintendo, look at all this space. Look, check it out. I can use the mouse to show you now. How cool is that? Nintendo, look at all this space for themes. Look at this. This is money. Like, this is potential funds for you guys. Seriously, charge $5 for a theme. I can't even tell you how quickly you'll make thousands upon thousands of dollars for something like an Animal Crossing or Mario theme. Do it. Do it. You won't. Notifications, friend notifications, all that stuff. Alarm notifications. I never used this. That's interesting. I've never done that before. Sleep mode. Pretty self-explanatory. Auto wake up, auto sleep, all that stuff. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Go to system settings, way down to the bottom. System update, it's already updated to 20.1.1, but we're gonna check just in case, because why not? There you go. The dock is updated already. There you go. System nickname by default is David Switch 2, and honestly, I think it's gonna be that way forever. And system battery by default was off. This I turned on. This is new. Stop charging around 90%. So basically, this is going to better optimize your battery over time. But I gotta be honest, I never once had a huge issue with my OG Switch or my Switch OLED because I mostly play docked. But that might be something you want to turn on. Me personally, I'm just gonna leave it off. And a bunch of information, software, auto updates, all that stuff. Okay, there is system settings. Let's go to NSO real quick. I'm not going to take up too much of your time because, again, a lot of this is like strikingly similar to the Switch 1. This I haven't done yet. That's cool. That's cool. So let me see here. Nintendo Classics. This, whoop, there it is, guys. Wow. Did they redo this interface? Was it always this clean? Guys, I'm telling you, I promise, I'm not just going to be playing Switch 2 games on stream, but I definitely want to play a lot of these classics. Like, guys, there are so many classics that I want to play through again. Guys, look at this, GameCube. Now, currently, we only have, what, 3 titles? But we've got the Wind Waker, one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. F-Zero GX, never played that one. I don't think I have. And Soul Calibur 2. I think I played a demo of that years ago, but I've never actually owned this game. So I will definitely be streaming that in the future. Anyway, NSO. You guys should know that. So game chat. We do have the chat button right here. You can create a chat and you can invite people. I'm not going to do that right now. Chat list. You can see if anyone has joinable chat sessions. Right now, I do not have any friends who want to talk. Rip me, right? Rip me. Chat approved friends. So basically, you can set it up where you can have only certain people, chat with you. Now, by default, surprisingly, Nintendo has everybody on, which is cool. That's fine. And I say surprisingly because you'd think, like, by default, they'd be like, we recommend only sharing this with certain people. But no. I mean, they want me to have game chat sessions with 300 people. So that's actually pretty cool that it's on by default. All by default. And there's more settings there. News. Obviously, Switch 2 is going to be the headline today. What else here? Nintendo eShop. Which, by the way, doesn't it sound like Breath of the Wild? Listen. Big time. Big time. And as you can see, the store loads so much faster. And wow, there's over 2,700 games on sale right now. I actually might buy some of these, but we'll see. Oh, Stray. Go key. And of course, as always, you can preview the games. Boom. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And there is the eShop. Actually, let's get it coming soon. I'm sure Bonanza's on here. Surprisingly, it's not. mean, we're still a month away, so obviously it'll bounce up towards the top as we get closer. Featured. Yeah, you guys know how an eShop worked. Yeah, okay, we're good. Album. I think I've only taken 2 screenshots just to document my process so far. So Mario Kart World was downloading, and there you go, my 2 games that I own so far. Very nice. Game share. This is cool. You can play together using the software that supports game share. I'm not going to do this right now because it's just me in this house, and unfortunately I cannot play video games with my cats. Controllers. This is where you can change grip order. Obviously search for controllers, how to pair controllers, all that stuff. How to use mouse controllers. Controls. So that's cool if you want a quick walkthrough. Now it actually wants me to do this. That's actually kind of cool. Okay. And next. Oh, wait. What was that game? Is that part of Switch 2 Welcome Tour? Or you can use mouse controls on him to go back and play. Interesting. I will have to find that balloon game eventually. Virtual game cards. So I guess this is a quick opportunity to see the games that I have. Not a whole lot of games right now. I mean, a lot of these games I haven't played in years. But, yeah, there you go. Obviously, I've got more games downstairs. System settings, we already did that. And, of course, sleep mode. When you want to wake it up. So watch this. Put that to sleep. And I'll wake it up by pushing the home button. And I get a quick vibration in the right Joy-Con. And boom. So we are good to go. All right, guys, there you go. Obviously, I love my Switch 2, but the menu system is not very exciting. But at the same time, I kind of respect them for playing it safe. I mean, yeah, I would have liked a background. Honestly, Nintendo, if you're listening, a simple background makes it just feel completely different. Really, it does. It makes it feel completely different. Like, there's nothing wrong with this UI. Obviously, I would have appreciated a grid layout, so make these graphics here. Actually, I can use my mouse. God, this mouse functionality is amazing, guys. Like, this is honestly one of my favorite additions to the Switch 2 UI, is the fact that we can just use the mouse. Anyway, I would have liked these being smaller and making a grid layout like this and maybe shifting this down. But yeah, dude, the fact that I can actually use this as like a presenter tool, I think that's so cool. That is so cool. But then again, I'm easily amused. I just love technology. I love gaming. Anyway, guys, now it's time to edit this video in addition to my Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Then I can finally play Mario Kart World for a little bit and hopefully take a nap, because I got like 4 hours of sleep. But yo, it's an exciting day. Today is a long day. But hey, I'm excited to be here for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys. Happy Switch 2 Day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.